This is Malcolm McDowell. You're watching Godlike Statues. So, from me to you, stay godlike.
Hi, I'm David Finch. Welcome to Godlike Statues. Stay godlike.
DGIF and this Godlike Friday. It's great to see everybody here. Everybody's coming in. And man, what a work week it's been. It's been crippling, but I'm so glad to be here and sit with our crew and just talk about what we love. So it's great to see everybody here. We have a special guest this evening. If you haven't already noticed, Mr. Jem Mint, welcome to the show, sir. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me, man. I was like saying backstage, I was so happy to see this was a panel show. Got a bunch of us on here going to talk statues. I'm excited. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for being here with us. And they even made an award out of him. Mr. Kiefer, how are you doing this evening?
Doing great. Thanks, Jem Mint, for joining us. Man, I've been looking forward to it. Been watching you on your channel for a long time. So welcome to ours, and I hope you have fun tonight.
Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. And then, of course, the bearded collector, straight out of Noah's Ark with Emily. How are you guys doing this evening? Good to see you.
Doing great, man. Yeah. Always happy it's Friday. Always happy to get on. And yeah, Jem, it's great to see you here, man. Yeah, also been watching you for years, and so it's going to be great to talk to you. And yeah, man, it's gonna be a good night.
Always a great day when we can talk about cool stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. This is
it.
This is what I look forward to all week. JWR, how you doing, man? Great to see you.
I'm good. Good to see everybody. Nice to meet Jim. Happy to be back. Hate that I missed last week's show, but I'm glad to be back this week.
Absolutely, man. Great to see you. And you can't have a show from day one. Marcos, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
I'm good, man. And I want to blame Jim for he's the reason I got into this collecting hobby. I spent thousands of dollars. You're like 10% of the fault because you're like one of the first videos I saw. So thank you for spending my money, I guess, you know. So
you're welcome.
No.
Well, I think I was scrolling through YouTube, right? And I was looking up, what are some of like the best Iron Man statues, right? Well, Jem Mint comes up and, you can see some of his collection. I think it was the Hulkbuster at the time. And I'm like, man, I really want one of those. And I saw how much they were. I was like, there's no way I'd ever spend that much on a piece.
Yeah, especially for that piece. You looked that up, was probably like
Well, for the first statue I ever bought was XM Hulkbuster from Todd. And I said I was never going to buy that. And then I posted it online and on the Spec Fiction website. And Todd comes on there and says, hey, man, it's me, Todd. I'm the one you've been talking to. And the rest is history, I guess.
And you went big on your first purchase. That's cool, though.
Yeah.
So everything else was kind of tame compared to that.
Yeah, I started getting other Iron Man statues. I just love Iron Man. It's my favorite character of all time. So I've got a ton of Iron Man stuff.
I see. What is that? The Queen Studios Mark 1 and a Hulkbuster?
Yeah, Hulkbuster. I just sold Mark 50 half scale, but I got Mark 3 coming in from Queen Studios. That's going to replace it and a few other pieces that I got coming in. We're going to show that tonight here in just a second.
Cool.
But man, as far as Iron Man goes, I can't get enough of it. There's just so many pieces that I want. I'm having to scale back some because I have a lot of 1/4 scale, and I kind of want to go just this new bust that I'm getting, the half scales, and maybe a few other pieces. But that's going to be it because I got a whole movie wall that I'm building on the opposite side.
Nice.
So I kind of want to limit it to that. There's some new pieces coming out too that they'll be showing next year, and I got to make a spot for some of them. We'll talk about that backstage.
We all know how that goes.
Yeah. There's just more pieces coming, so It's great to see everybody here. I did want to give a shout out to our sponsor real quick. We do have the giveaway coming up, courtesy of Spec Fiction from Todd. Once we reach the 2,000 mark, we're going to be giving away the Iron Studios Dio from it has Darkseid and Wonder Woman. This is an awesome piece, and I talked to Todd offline. Is there any way we can do a statue giveaway? And he mentioned a few pieces, but I showed him this one, and this was a $900 piece, but it was marked down, and he said this will be a great giveaway for your channel. So this one's coming up at the 2,000 mark. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe down below, and you'll have a chance to win this. I'm just so grateful for Todd. And make sure you shop at Spec Fiction. You get a $10 coupon right now when you put in the code Godlike. So just make sure you do that. That is one of the giveaways we have. So, man, I'm going to start off with the panel first before we let me just address the chat real quick. It's great to see everybody here. We can't have a show unless Dasaron is here. What's going on, man? Quipler, I see you, man. I see you. I did want to mention Chris Michael said that he'll most likely be on mainly around 9. If he can make it, he'll be on around 9. So I did talk to him earlier today. So oh man, I see you, bro. I see you, Will. What's going on, man? Good to see you. One of our panel members, Brian, he can't make it this evening, but thanks for stopping in. Man, this gamer tag or this YouTube tab is beast mode. What's going on, man?
I just typed, man, what a name, or love the name.
What a killer name. And one of our biggest supporters, Terry, man. How you doing, man? Great to see you. He is always here. Mr. Kennedy, good to see you, man. Everybody's coming in right now. Great to see everybody here. And my man for Billy is the last giveaway winner at the milestone of 1,000. So he won the
Just 500.
500. I'm sorry. He won the Jean Grey maquette. So from Sideshow. So congratulations on that. And
Nice.
It was awesome to see. Great to see everybody here. Man, Marcos doing double duties. Kimmy, great to see you. My man Johnny, great to see you, man. And you can't have a show unless Alex is here. So great to see everybody here. And Lane with the super chat, man. Thank you so very much, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for doing that, man. Lane's a big supporter of our channel, so I appreciate seeing everybody coming in and supporting. So, Lou, great to see you, man. I know you're a member as well, so great to see you. And then Ricky, how are you, man? Great to see you. So much to talk about this week. Alan, I got to bring this up, man, because when I saw it, I immediately thought of you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Hey, this is a good thing, man. This is a good thing. I don't think this is coming home, Alan, but I did want to show you. I posted this on Godlike Statues. This gentleman made a dio in his room, which I could not believe. And as terrifying it is, it's really epic.
I love it.
Yeah, a gentleman named Eric posted this, and he actually took some. I don't know exactly how this was done because I've never seen this, this statue before and how it was done. But you can kind of see he's got the pulse rifle there, man. But you can see how he mounted like the alien up in the ceiling. You can see the chains right there. You see that right there? The chains he's got hooked up, and you see the arm hooked onto the wall. It gives it even that more epic feel. Oh, look, here it is. Sam Wilson's alien head. He used this for it looks like the head of the alien. But man, I mean. Look at this tail. Look, there's his kitchen. There's his kitchen.
I wish that was handy and creative like that.
Yeah. I mean, imagine coming home from work and forgetting that's there. I mean,
or coming home drunk or something.
Yeah.
Dude.
Man, this looks amazing. Like, this is super cool.
This is like the guy that's like, I'm an adult. I could do whatever I want in my house.
That's exactly what it is, because. You see
I would
this.
say that's a single adult.
Probably.
Yeah.
That or his parent, or his kids graduated college now. He's finally done. It's one of the two.
Yeah,
So.
I can see that. I can see. Well, he's got movie posters on his wall, so maybe he's a bachelor. We'll see. But man, I think this was awesome. I saw it and I thought it was great display of the week. It's a great nomination for Alan Kiefer Award. Those who don't know what the Alan Kiefer Award is, Alan has one of the most amazing backgrounds. So I've always said he needs an award. And I talked to PlayStation, and they are donating an award for the best display setup called the Alan Kiefer Award. So we'll be doing that in September. So,
Alan, what is that? A custom display that you have your pieces in?
Yes.
Nice. Very nice.
Let me bring this up here real quick so we can get a good look at Mr. Kiefer. I know he loves to be on camera. So we know it's fake, Alan. We know it's a green screen behind you.
It's a green screen. Yes.
It's got to be huge to have Zod in the middle.
I know.
He looks small in there. Like that's gonna be crazy big.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said that because I'm looking at a Hulkbuster and it looks tiny back there. But then he's got Zod in there. He's got, White Knight. That piece is huge.
White Knight is so much bigger than it looks on computer screens.
Yeah, absolutely. So, here's the best thing about this is that, I'll take you off camera, off the main screen. I know how much you love that. But Alan's got, he's got a Avatar and a Predator display coming. It's going to look similar to that. So I've always told him I think I'm more excited than he is to see this and when he gets it all set up together, because there's some great pieces coming on that he's going to be getting, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am. He's going to have a great display. But yeah, I mean, awesome. Let me bring this up here real quick. Man, I'm going to say this for Chris because Chris will jump on later. So, because he's responsible for that. Let me bring this up here real quick, though. But this was shared this week, and it was finally announced by Prime One. And this is the Levi versus Beast statue, the Titan one. There's a custom piece that really rivals this one that's just almost equally as incredible. But this is a licensed Prime One. And when I saw the price, I have to say I'm a little disappointed, but it's a little expensive. But I did watch the Prime One event, and it's massive. It's very, very big. So I understand why it's a little more. It's still a 1/4 scale, and it is kind of odd. There's no blood, but they do have effects to kind of make it look like blood, I guess.
You could pay $500 and get additional blood.
Yeah, I know. I got that on deck too. That'll probably be something that some people do. Like some people do.
I mean, to me, I guess we'll talk about it. You're going to talk about it later, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I have it on deck. Yeah, but you can go ahead.
No. We'll wait.
Okay. Yeah. So this is a piece that I really do want. I don't know where the hell it would go, but I really do want it. I'm still up in the air about it. So, but Marcos, what do you think about this? Is this something that's coming home?
Man, I like this piece a lot. He's probably my favorite character in Attack on Titan. So Levi, not Beast Titan, but Levi. So I would like more Kenny versus Levi. I know that'd be hard to do, but I would love to see that done maybe by somebody. But 2,000 is a big price, and the custom piece you're talking about is a lot less. And
yeah,
I would say it's it pretty much is like the same effect. Honestly, it's same battle scene. Has blood other than the green smoke. The green smoke is like anime manga accurate, so it's not like a huge departure. But it is weird that there's literally no blood, not one speck of blood. So, but I do like it a lot. $2,000 is pretty expensive. Shipping is gonna be, if you go straight from Prime One as well, that's gonna be another $800 probably.
Bro.
With their shipping prices, which is ridiculous.
Import fee on top.
Yep, exactly. So, but I do like it. I do. If it was like 1,600, I'll probably think about it. Think about it more, So
like $2,000 out the door, maybe, right? But then you're adding everything on top.
Exactly. So that, and I know there's other places you can get it from, but shipping is gonna be a lot cheaper. But still, it's gonna be 2,000 plus, maybe 200, 300 shipping. It's still gonna be a lot of money.
I mean, maybe if you have, if it goes to Sideshow and you have rewards or something.
Yeah.
And it is on Sideshow, and I've noticed on Sideshow,
they've been rocking with Prime One again, pretty heavy.
I've noticed that, and I brought it up on Sideshow, and it's actually more expensive. It's like $200 more on Sideshow.
They've been doing that a lot lately, actually, with their Prime One pieces. It used to be honestly, I used to see $5 more, and now it's going like 100, 200 more. So I don't know. I do not know.
So Jem, are you familiar with this anime? Do you like this piece at all?
So I watched Attack on Titan. I watched a good amount of seasons. I don't think I watched the whole thing, and I really do like it, but I don't really find myself loving it. Like I don't love it like Berserk, or even DBZ for that matter. But I do like it. I appreciate it, but I never got into like the human characters, so I guess not really a huge fan.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the series. I really love it, and I love the scene. So it's very hard for me to say no. I do recall, like I said, from the Prime One event, they were standing next to this, and someone was standing right next to it, and it was just massive. It's really big. So I don't know. I have to. Really
Which Prime One event? Did they have another showcase, or was the one that was a few months ago?
It was the one that was a few months ago where they had a video, and someone was in the gallery, walked over to it, and was talking about it, and was standing right next to it, and this piece is huge.
So what's the scale of it? Because the human character looks big. I think I had the Figurama. Was it Colossal Titan? And it had the characters were like 1/20th scale though.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is 1/4.
Wow.
But when he put his hand next to the Titan hand, and it looked similar.
Same size.
Yeah,
I think
it was,
I think
huge.
the Beast Titan is kind of non-scaled, but it's still a pretty big piece, obviously.
Sure.
1/4, like if it was because I know Levi's 1/4, they said, but if you did a 1/4 Titan, that thing is gonna be huge. So I don't think it's 1/4 scale. It's just kind of non-scaled, but I know the character Levi is definitely 1/4. They said so.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, this piece is awesome. Emily, Noah, is this coming home? Where's it going to go?
Oh gosh.
You know, I haven't watched Attack on Titan yet. I plan to at some point. I've heard that it's worth it. And there's a lot of really good world
finished it
building.
yet.
But how far along did you get in? I can't
I
remember.
think about halfway through.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But yeah, I mean, I think it's an awesome piece, man. I always love the diorama, especially in quarter scale. It's a great looking piece, but it's not something I'm going to be getting.
But I will say what I do love about Attack on Titan, and I think this transfers very well into a lot of the statues that I've seen are the mouths on the Titans, because those are very eerie and kind of, just ominous and terrifying. And I think this one does a good job with like the teeth and stuff. It's really got that look. Like when I look at it, I go, yeah, that's, it makes,
menacing,
yeah. So I do think that this statue is very cool. Where we put it if we ever got it, that's a good question.
Ain't no room.
you need room, man. And like the room is something every collector needs all the time.
Well, just don't go ahead and buy a way bigger house.
Yeah. Oh man. Let me write that down real quick.
Then you'll have the space, but you won't be able to get the statues.
That makes sense. But man, JWR, where are you going to put this at? Where's it going to go?
It's going to go on the dining room table.
Okay.
This is a coffee table piece, maybe a dining room table piece, depending on how big it is. It's really cool looking. I have not watched the show, but I can appreciate all the love that went into this statue and it being made. It looks really awesome.
Yeah, I love this portrait.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Bathtub. I mean, everybody needs some company in the shower, so
That's like DT with his Spider-Man dial,
Man.
right? Put him in the shower, put him anywhere they'll go.
I laughed so hard at that, man. I laughed so hard when people talk about that. Anyways, here's the dimensions right here. So let me bring this up.
Yeah, bust out the calculator, right?
Let me bring this up here real quick. Yeah,
my whole thing with this piece is like, from what I've seen of AOT, it doesn't really look like any of the other Titans. This looks like it's some kind of werewolf Titan,
Yeah, this is the Beast Titan. This is the Beast Titan.
Titan, yeah. See, to me, I don't know. I mean, maybe this is in a season that I haven't seen yet, though.
Yeah, it's further in.
Okay, that's what.
Yeah, I've never seen him either. I didn't know who it was at first. I was like, huh.
This Titan kind of reminds me of what Wild looks like in the Berserk manga.
A little bit, yeah.
Kind of.
And what's so funny about Wild is that he seems like a big deal when you first read it, and then you never hear of Wild ever again. But I'm playing the Berserk PS4 game, and like you can play as Wild, you can transform to his apostle form. Like that was probably made at the time when it was early on in the manga as well, because I was like, damn, I haven't seen Wild in forever.
Dude, I think
it does have that
thing,
Beast Man kind of vibe like that.
Yeah, dude, I think the funniest thing in that Berserk game is the when you play as Zod in his human form and you ride a horse.
Oh yeah, and I was showing my daughter the other. I think he rides it with both arms out.
Yeah, and he has his swords, and you can like swing him around and like.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of Radon in Elden Ring, kind of.
That's funny. I'm playing that right now. I'm trying to get the platinum, and this thing is a grind. That whole endless eclipse mode, man.
Yeah, it's a fun game though.
Yeah.
I guess there's a term for the type of game. It's like a Dynasty Warriors game, but it's like a Musu or Moso, or how do you?
Yeah, those hack and slash type games.
Right. Which at first I didn't like, because okay, this is a Dynasty Warriors game, but it's really like it makes sense for Berserk. He lays down hundreds of men at one time, so it's like, okay, I can see why they did that.
Yeah, it's really fun once you get the Berserker armor too, because you just start ripping through people. Yeah,
fast as shit. Yep.
Yeah. Real quick though, I gotta say for this statue, the bonus portrait's kind of a mess, man. Like it's like the most bland expression you have, and it's the bonus. I'm just like, why even bother? I mean, the screaming faces are so good. It's like I don't even know,
I agree.
But I'm just like, man, that's the last one I would ever display.
Exactly. It would stay in the box for me. This is 67 centimeters in length, 45 centimeters in depth, and 73 centimeters in height. So what is 67? That's 23 inches. and the 45 centimeters is 17 inches in depth, and the 73
is 28 inches or 2 feet tall.
Correct, 28 inches. So, I mean, it's not little for a 1/4 piece, but standing next to somebody was just crazy big. It was. This is not a piece that I mean, you just gotta have room for it. That's what it comes down to. Alan, where are you gonna put this at? Where's it gonna go at?
No, it's not for me. I really like it, and I have to say, when Prime One, when they put their mind to something,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't believe how creative this piece is. Just the whole flow of it, the art direction of it, it's amazing. It's not for me, but congrats to everybody that's going to get this. That means you too, Jimmy. They're trying to enable you to get this piece now ever since they put it out for PO. But we'll get you. We'll really end.
Yeah,
hey, Marcos, you should put this next to Say Cheese.
Why with all the green?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
What are you trying to do? Enable me, man? Stop.
I'm grasping, man. I'm grasping. For
No, so for me, actually, I told myself I'm outside of One Piece. It's going to usually be dios for anime, and this is a dio, so like that's a big reason why I may want it too. So I want to do it.
I really want it, but my Terminator bus comes first. My Bale bus comes first, and we're going to go over that just shortly. Those are going to come home before this one does, because I've got the cabinet coming, man. I gotta fill it. So yeah, this is a great piece from Prime One. And when you think about Prime One, I mean, they just don't miss too much, man. They just don't. They do such a great job with their DC pieces, their anime pieces. I've always loved their bases. Some people don't like a huge base, but I do. And I just love it adds more to the piece. It just does. Great example, LBS and what they do. So yeah, congrats to Prime One on another great piece. Is it coming home? Maybe. maybe coming home. So yeah, great piece from Prime One, another good one. Let me get out of here. I'm gonna say that one for Chris. Let me see here real quick. Oh yes. Well, let me go here real quick. Yeah, let's just do it. Let me bring this up. So and Jem, I know you've seen this piece in person, so I definitely want to ask. Let me bring this up here real quick.
And real quick, I think was it Lane Kramer asked me about the Prime One Green Lantern and Sinestro. I actually ordered them through Prime One boat shipping, and I guess it was maybe a first batch kind of thing, or I don't know what happened, but yeah, it was not a prototype or anything. There's just 2 production pieces. Yeah,
here we go.
So yeah, I don't know what happened after that, but I heard that they got pretty scarce, is what it sounded like.
Yeah, I mean,
thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, no, thanks, Kevin. I appreciate it. Lane's got a great collection too. He's got some great pieces. I've seen his collection before, and he's got a lot of great J&D pieces that if you haven't seen those in person, it's hard to like judge them. Like, man, they're so expensive.
Yeah, I've never seen one in person.
When you see it in person, it's a whole different experience. I mean, that you know why they're so expensive. Like, you know why when you see it.
No, I mean,
it's amazing.
I kind of figured as much because you don't really hear complaints, from the collectors. Right. It must be like one of those things like, okay, I can see why this is $3,000 or whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, when you start to see these in person and you see all the work that's gone into, the tailoring and, the silicone skin and just the way the overall presence of the piece is, just epic. I mean, they just are. So I'm still on the fence about this because I'm either going to get what Alan did or I'm going to go this route. This is a piece that it keeps haunting me all the time every time I look at it. But Queen Studios is doing one as well. They are doing, it's not the full bust, but it's actually just the neck and the head. But my problem is that, and this is at Sideshow right now. They have it at Sideshow right now. Here's the Queen Studios one here, right? Both are great pieces, and here they are side by side. Here's Infinities, and then here's Queen. So my problem is that the likeness on Queen to me is better.
Yes.
But it's hard with, I mean, different lighting, what different lens. I don't know, man. It's a tough comparison.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find the picture of me posed up with the Infinity Studios one. I can send you put up.
I saw it too. I remember seeing it a while back. But Jem, you've seen this in person before. I mean, what do you think about it in person?
Yeah, I mean, it's not something I personally collect. I don't really go for movie or silicone bust, but it looked like it looked exactly like him. It looked like Christian Bale, and that's why I took those pictures, because it's just like it looks like you're in a wax museum or something. But if you collect this, I don't see how you couldn't like it. I mean, it's exactly what it's supposed to be. You know.
I see.
While we chat, I might pull up my picture because I have two funny ones, I think, with it.
Wait, so Jimmy, are you debating on getting the Infinity or over the Queen?
Well, you know, the more I look at it, the more I like it. But I mean, I know why. Me and Alan had a great plan. We know where they were going to go. We had them displayed correctly. We had everything set up. So I'm still leaning towards the Queen Studios one. I guess my problem is that some of their busts haven't been, the likeness just hasn't been on point for me. And that's what my fear is right now. But seeing this one, a lot of people have said great things about it, and the Infinity one. So I thought about it more and more. But before, I didn't want to jump into a decision. Basically, this is not like $100. You know what I mean? So I wanted to make sure that before I went into and pull the trigger, that I thought about it more. Alan, I know you have the Queen Studios one on order. It makes sense where you're going to put it at. It would make sense for me where I'm going to put it at as well. But looking at these both, I mean, what do you think? They're side by side right there.
I'm still convinced with the Queen.
Okay.
I just think the other one is beautiful as well. It's an awesome piece. But it's more than a bust. I mean, it's like a half a human. I mean, it's from the waist up. It's enormous. The other thing is, I mean, you do still have an option if you wanted to order the Queen, and let's say something goes amiss, and they don't deliver what they're promising. You know, you can always say no, and stop your payment and move on. You're going to lose your deposit. But and you can always go back and find that Infinity one. There's always going to be one out there available. Somebody's going to be selling one.
Which one is cheaper?
The Queen one is.
Queen, yeah.
The Queen one now, but I mean, if you think about it, let me bring this up from Jim.
I sent you that picture too, Jimmy.
Yeah,
if you want to pull it up.
Yeah, I'm bringing it up. There it is. So
there you go.
I mean, this is so
now
cool.
I kind of got a big head, so maybe that scale.
Okay,
but yeah, to was it Alan's point? Yeah, it's a waist up torso with two arms, and I don't know. Yeah, and the Queen doesn't have that; it's armless, right?
That's right.
Right.
So at the end of the day, do you want the arms or not? Because it's going to be probably very similar in likeness, I would say.
Yes,
yeah, I think you're right.
Boobies and face for the Queen.
Yeah, I mean, seeing this in person, Jem. I mean, was there? I don't know if you recall, but when I look at this, a lot of collectors post pictures of it where on the left side where his hair goes, has like a little bit of bald spot right there, and I don't know if it's just the way it's combed or not. But did you notice anything like that?
I don't remember that. I mean,
okay,
this was last year, Sideshow Con.
Okay,
and again, being that I don't collect it, I probably wasn't overly like analyzing it. I was just like, "Whoa, this is huge and cool, and it looks just like him." You know, that's kind of what my thoughts were. But
okay,
no, I don't recall. It wasn't like glaring where I was like, "Oh, he got a bald spot." Like I didn't even.
I got you.
Nothing. That's not something that registered when I was looking at it.
Yeah, and our panel saw that and we're like, kind of like, man, where did this come from? But I haven't heard any collectors complain about that, and I wonder if it's just the way the hair is combed. I think that may be what it is.
So I've actually heard collectors complain about it, but they say it's pretty bad, but they are still happy with the product. That's what they've told me. So I've talked about 2 or 3 people. So they do have. You can kind of see it on his right side. It kind of divots, but this is obviously the prototype, so it's a little bit better, obviously. But I've heard some collectors say it is there, and it's a lot more it's a lot deeper on the in hand, but they still are happy with the product, like what they got. So that's way in, like you said, Queen Studios had some misses with their bust. So it's tough, man. Like you said, it's expensive piece. Like they're expensive pieces. So, what I would say for you, Jimmy, too, is like I think you should stick with Queen though because it matches your Tony Stark perfectly.
Yeah.
So
Well, and
that's
it's also going to scale better with the other pieces you're going to put with
Yeah.
it. You know, if you're going to
This
put the
thing's
Queen
huge,
Heath
dude,
Ledger in front of it, in front of the Infinity bust, it would look so small compared to that. But with
Yeah.
the Queen being scaled down, it's going to look a lot better. It's going to match with
Yeah.
all the third scales you're going to have around it.
Yeah, I think that that's what I was leaning towards. And oh man, look at these pictures. Hang on, let me bring this up.
Yeah, I don't know if it maybe showed a different angle that would help out or not, but
yeah, let me bring this
but yeah,
up.
if you have other busts that don't have arms, then it kind of makes sense to stick with Queen, right?
Yep.
That does make sense. That does make sense. I think my fear is that, and Alan's right. I mean, you can always cancel, but my God, that's a $1,500 deposit. I think to secure yourself one. But I know I'm getting one of them. There's no doubt about it. I'm getting one of them.
This is for the movie wall, right?
Just for the movie wall. That's right. So I got a good plan. So I kind of want to stick with it. But I think, man, this is cool. Let me bring this up here. Jim's got all the pictures here. Let me see.
Yeah, I think you said on his right side. There does look to be like a weird part of his hair brushed, kind of like by his temple.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Man, did that silicone look like real skin?
Yeah, it looked better. I remember than it kind of looks on the picture.
Okay.
I don't know, but I remember being impressed with it. I thought it was spot on at the time.
Yeah, there's another picture here too.
Yeah, with my wife.
Jim, did you feel it was a little underscaled?
I have a really, really big head. Like I can't wear hats. See, my wife's head is more of a normal size, and that's kind of more.
It looks like if that was a real Christian Bale, you'd kick his butt.
Yeah, it does kind of look like that. It looks like I had better hair too. But
better hair.
Yeah.
So Jimmy, I'll send you the picture of the ones that in hand one with the little bald spot. So
yeah.
Too. I'll send it to you right now.
So I mean this piece is so epic. I mean, I think Jem is right. It's going to come down. Do you want the arms or don't you want the arms? And I've got a good plan. I think I'm still going to go with the Queen here. Oh, yeah.
You have to go wrong with either piece, really. I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean,
what your collection is.
It's cool that he's holding the cowl. I've always liked that concept.
Yeah, I love that too.
Yeah, how much room do you have? You know,
that's the question, right? Because there's a big piece that's coming out next year that I want to put in here, and that'll probably be one of the last ones I get. That's massive, right? And it'll be showing next year, you know. So I can't wait to get it either. So it's going to be amazing. But yeah, this is a great piece. I really love it. But I think I'm going to stick with the Queen Studios one. Let me bring this up, Marcos, real quick.
See, something else I think too is when you do the picture of them side by side, it looks like one is like an older version of Batman and one is like the younger Christian Bale Batman.
Oh, really?
To me, it looks like it with the lighting. So, but it looks different in person.
This is the movie wall that I'm building here. Let me bring this up here. They'll look like this when I get done. They'll look like this. So
yeah, you got to go armless because the Tony Stark bust is going to be that way. So, and that looks really good the way you have it right there.
Yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
This is the plan and how the cases were made, the Magi spaces. So the bottom may be the aliens on the right, but they could be more predators. The more I see the predator, the more I want them. So we'll see for that bottom one. But yeah, I think the Queen is the way to go for me. Only because I think you're right. I'll match the other one that I'm getting.
Especially if you want to put a quarter scale piece in front of it, no?
Right. You know, I thought about doing something different there after I saw that one, but I think I got a good plan. So I think I'm gonna keep it this way. This is what my vision was, and this is how the Brian over at Magi Space went through and designed this. So it should be coming. It should be arriving any week now. So now I just gotta fill it. Now I just gotta fill it. So this was all custom for the for these pieces, but I know what I really want. So this is what's gonna be in there. So I'm excited to get it. So let me bring this up here real quick. And we're already talking about the Wait, thank you, Marcus, for sharing that. Let me. Sorry, this up here, and I can't really talk about where this is coming from because of the, but I am getting this, and it was shown this week. If you message me, I can't tell you where it's coming from, but I can just tell you it's sold out. So this will be coming in Q4 of this year. And finally, I got a glimpse of it, and in its final stages. And let me tell you, I was blown away when I saw it. I just couldn't believe it. Like it's so close to the likeness is so on point with the actual character, and I was very happy, very happy to see this.
Are there any other Iron Man life-size busts that have him unhelmeted like this?
No.
I was gonna say I don't remember ever seeing him with a mustache in a statue like this.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking like everything always had the helmet. So this is wow. The eyes look just like him.
Yeah, and this is a side profile view, and like look straight on. I mean, that likeness is.
It looks creepy with how good it looks. Like it looks so creepy because it looks just like him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So good.
So yeah, this will be coming home in Q4. So yeah, I can't disclose where it's coming from, but I know it's sold out, and I just cannot wait to get this. Alex, I'm sorry, Alan, do you regret not getting this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, this is probably one of the best likenesses I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I do know. Well, I don't know actually, but looking behind the scenes a little bit, I can tell that the sculptor. I have suspicions they work for Hot Toys because the more I look at it and the kind of like the read between the lines and how they had a ton of Hot Toys, heads all lined up, and I'm like,
It looks like it would go really well with the Tom Holland Spider-Man like that, right?
Mm-hmm. It would go really well with that. Oh, don't give me ideas, man. Because
it's kind of the same thing. I think it's Iron Spider suit, no mask.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got to have the. For me, I always wanted the RDJ without the helmet on, so because I have so many Iron Man pieces that I've gotten throughout the year. This is just one that I want to get the kind of match. This will be the centerpiece of everything. So once I get everything together, this will be the way it goes.
Yeah.
So I know I posted it in our group chat. Noah, what do you think of the likeness, man? Do you like it?
Looks great, man. Yeah, couldn't get any better, honestly. Looks really, really good. How soon are you going to be getting this? How much longer do you got to wait for it?
This will be in Q4, and
okay,
it's almost it's almost done. Everything's almost done.
Cool.
And I know a lot of collectors are picking this one up. I say a lot, but let's just go with a handful. And I know that once it is set up in your collection, is going to be show stopping. I just love it, man. I do. I really do.
Yeah, fits your collection perfectly. Yeah.
Eyes are just amazing in that.
Yeah.
It really captured his look. It's scary.
There was a picture. Look at that, man. There was a picture of someone that was working on this, and they had the eye in their hand, and then they had they kind of held it up to his how it would. And I was like, man, that is like creepy but awesome at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't wait for this. This is coming home, so that's gonna be awesome. Let me get this together here quick. Noah, did you have a deal for us this week?
Yeah, man, I got a brief one. Yeah, it's a piece that I used to own. I saw it come up on spec here. Let me.
This is Noah's No. What deal do you have?
All right, there we go.
Oh, that one.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty good price, I think. You want to pull it up, Jimmy?
Yep, sure will.
Cool. So this is Queen Studios Joker 3rd scale from the Joaquin Phoenix movie. Really, really good price on this. I think I have since sold it, but I think I paid around like $1,500 for this. So 800, I'm sure shipping is probably a couple $100, 2 huge boxes, but it's. I mean, if you like the movie, man, the likeness on this is really, really good. Queen killed it with this one. So I had the rooted hair version, but the sculpted hair looks really, really good too.
What's the price of this, Noah? What are they saying?
800.
Okay.
Wow.
So and this thing is
for a third scale is crazy though.
Yeah, dude. Like the box for that mirror is like one of the biggest boxes I think I've ever had. It was
Really?
insane.
Yeah, because you can't really break that down too much, right?
Yeah. So and everything on here is extremely heavy. So it's very, very weighty, and the body is very heavy, and yeah, the face just looks amazing. The eyes and the face paint, everything is great.
Wait a minute, you made me think of something now. Do either of those Bale busts have the crazy scene in the base on the back and all that, or am I thinking of something else?
No, they do not.
Neither one of them do.
Neither one of them do. No, the Terminator bus has something like that.
But there was definitely, I feel like, busts I saw there. Maybe was it the Heath Ledger? Maybe.
No, you know what? I think you're talking about the Joaquin Phoenix Queen bust.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. They had the little scene of him sitting at the mirror, putting on the white makeup.
I think that's what this reminded me of. That. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They also have the stairs scene in the back, right? I think.
Right. That's exactly. Yep.
Yeah, it's either the back or the front, one or the other.
Yeah, one or two.
Yeah, but pretty cool piece.
I don't really like this movie too much, but man, the statues that come out from it, man, are so good. Like almost every
It just took a long time, man. That was the thing.
Yeah,
like, I liked it when it came out, but yeah, there was just no merch for like a year and a half for that. And then now, even just to see Hot Toys finally do a 6-skill Joker for him, I'm just like, man, it's been what 5 years now. I was like, that's crazy. Yeah. So I expected that immediately after the movie came out, and there was just nothing for so long. But
I think I remember that happening. But Jemmy, have you seen that in person? You said you saw that in person, the Joaquin Phoenix bust?
I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, if it was at Sideshow Con last year, I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think that's the one because they were like, walk in backwards and turn around, and we'll surprise you. And it was like he was looking right at me, and it was like,
that is weird. That is weird. I mean, they already look so real, and they do such a great job with those pieces. There's a few that I thought that they could have did better, but for the price you spend on these, to me, they have to be spot on, man, because they're like $3,000 and up, depending on which one you go with. I did see a recent unboxing of the Henry Cavill from Art. He just unboxed one. And
the black suit one?
The black suit one.
That one. I saw that one in Singapore, maybe. I think it was Singapore.
I forgot you went there. Yeah.
With the light up eyes was crazy.
Yeah, it's big, right?
Huge.
It's big, yeah.
And he's got a mean face on. It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I was there with Art, matter of fact.
Okay, you're with Art. Yeah, that's right. He did say in the video that the skin texture was a little different from the prototype, and he was a little disappointed with it. But me looking at it from the video, I mean, it looked incredible.
It did show up good on camera, but I guess it must have been the prototype, like you said. But yeah, that thing did film well.
Yeah, another very expensive piece, but I think it's awesome. I actually prefer that one more than the Queen Studios one that they did. I think the likeness was just a little off on that one. I don't know if it was the hair or something on it, but it just didn't look as good to me compared to the Infinity one. But another great piece. Make sure you watch Art's video today when I talked to him today. So that's just a great statue, great piece. But let me bring this up here real quick. Oh yeah, yes, here we go. All right. Let me share my screen here. And this is a big topic right now in the community. Man. So here it is. So, yeah, I mean, okay, so I saw this. I was getting ready for work the other day, and this came up, and then all of a sudden Chris posted a video on it as well. But I was reading more about it, and what Prime One is offering. So looks like they're doing custom paint jobs. And, you kind of go through it. You look at the personalization, what you may like. And you look at Blood and Snow. They're offering, the process is going to cost you $500, right? It's from the Prime One painters. They do an incredible job with painting and effects. I think it looks amazing. $500 is what they'll charge for that. But if you want, a full custom, paint job. Where's this at? I know. There's how to. If you
What
want
if
a
you want
full,
a full custom paint job and blood and snow?
yeah. So 10,500.
Or is it 11,000?
Maybe they'll cut you a deal since you're getting that. Maybe it'll just be 10 grand.
Where do they
But
come up with 10 grand and starting from 10 grand? And it's
Mhm.
starting from 500 too. So like, I guess if you wanted Apostle Zod with blood everywhere, they'd be like, all right, well, it's gonna be a little bit more than 500.
yeah, I could definitely see. Well, I think we're talking backstage, and this is what I was thinking. And someone had a great point. If you're going to buy this statue, let's just say you take it to John or another really well-known painter, you can have it painted from him and probably get out a lot less. I would think. Now, people can argue, well, they have the kit right there ready to go. They're going to paint it at the at Prime One. They have great painters, and they do. So, but if it was me, and there's no way I would spend that much money on a statue.
Hell no.
And if I was going to get it custom painted, it would probably be through John, because he does some incredible painting jobs. But Jen, what do you think about this, man? I know you saw it this week.
I think you're right. I think if you have 10 grand to blow, first of all, we're talking about $1,500 statues, maybe $2,000 statues. 10 grand is crazy. If you have 10 grand, you could figure out who you can get a custom paint job from.
Yeah.
The 500 though, I think is kind of cool. I think if you, because you probably wouldn't get a statue in and then go send it off just to get those kind of enhancements. So the fact that you can order it, the blood splatter, the snow effect is pretty cool, and it would make it that much more unique. I think it might make it worth more than $500 if it's a piece that gets maybe sold out or what have you. So I think the effects thing is cool. The custom job is insane.
Yeah, I agree. So I think what I think is going to happen is that someone's going to get a piece that they really love, and not everyone, but some collectors will tack on that extra 500 and add more blood or snow or whatever the case may be to make it that one-off piece is just their statue. I can definitely see that. Can I see anybody doing 10 grand and up? I just don't think it's going to happen. Like, if you do, more power to you. Please post it on Godlike Statues so I can see it. I would love to see it. But I just can't see many collectors doing that. Okay, Noah, where's the $10,000 going? What do you think about this new feature?
Yeah, man, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this because I don't know which one I maybe, let's say, dislike more, $500 for blood or doing a bloody version, especially me being in the Berserk realm. Seeing a whole other statue come out later on for more money with a bloody paint job. But one of the things that maybe confuses me slightly is that it says blood or snow, and it says the technique is painting only. But I don't know how you just paint snow on something. I mean, I guess you kind of can, but I feel like that's something you'd have to have a texture, because like even I have the the 6 scale Guts versus Zod, and that's all nicely sculpted in and everything. So I don't know how you could really just paint snow, but
unless they do a spray kind of texture thing and paint
over
that, like the God of War one.
Yeah,
with the glitter kind of stuff.
I was just about to say a bunch of glitter. That's what I'm put on. Just glitter everywhere.
Like the pinch of salt guy.
Yeah, but I feel like there's definitely going to be some people that are going to do this. Obviously, I saw Sully said he added it to the Attack on Titan piece, but a couple things like I feel like if a piece should have blood, it should already be there in a way. And I say that too about the Attack on Titan piece. If he's slashing up his hands and stuff like that, there probably should be some blood. And same with some Berserk pieces. I couldn't imagine getting like Rage or Unleashed and having to pay extra for blood for something like that. So I don't know. And then the other thing too is for the resale market as well,
right.
It's going to make it more expensive to sell, and it's going to make it a little more specific and custom. So maybe, it kind of narrows your market down a little bit. Same with the price. So those are my only concerns. But what do you think?
I'm kind of on the fence. I'm of the mind, like, if you think there should be blood, there should already be blood. But who knows? Maybe someone wants it even bloodier, where
Maybe.
You never know.
did-
Maybe they
yeah.
want something to be like a total bloodbath, and so they'll pay for extra blood.
Yeah, well, I did see a funny comment. Somebody said that they're going to do a bloody minion. You know,
Yes.
Well, to that
Yeah.
point, maybe the license didn't allow for blood on it for some reason.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
can
Yeah.
see that. So, I mean, has anybody seen the Batman versus Superman diorama and the snow effect they put on the base? They did. It looks like it's got like glitter with paint and snow to give a really nice effect.
Mhm.
I'm thinking that's kind of what they would do here, to that same effect on a statue you may like. And is it worth the extra money, Noah? I agree with you. Let's just say you put 2,000 into that Attack on Titans piece, and then you add blood or you add whatever you want for an extra $500. Now you're into $2,500. Now you pay shipping, so all in maybe $3,200 or whatever. You get that piece and you love it for a year or 2 years, and you need to move it to get another piece, and you're not going to get anywhere near that amount of money. It's just the way the
Plus,
statue game is.
waiting 3+ months more time for it too. That's rough.
I just feel like the selling's going to get really complicated, especially because you do a lot of selling
Right.
on eBay,
Right.
and that's going to be really particular, especially with like boxing up and things like that, and having pictures. It's going to be kind of like, well, it looked like this in the pictures, and then I get this, or could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. You never know.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do. But JWR, what you can do is you order the next Joker statue. You know how they don't put blood on his hands when he has a crowbar or a knife, whatever. Hey,
That's the only thing that came up to me. I was like, man, if I could just get like a bloody crowbar, bloody suit Joker with like a little bit of sprinkle on his face, I was like, that'd be really nice. But again, if I ever need to resell that, will I lose money on that because somebody else doesn't? Or is it going to be harder to sell it with the snow and with the blood and everything else like that?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's just so much money you'd have to invest into the piece that this should be a piece you're going to keep. I mean, because I always think about resale value all the time, because what am I going to do if I get this and I want to move it for whatever piece? I always think about that. So, Alan, are you going to get this? You going to get the $10,000 package or the $500 package? Which one are you getting to go with your?
I'll tell you, my first impression when they announced this was, hey, your revenues must be really hurting. It sounds like they're grasping at straws, and I'm not real thrilled about it. And I think that what they may start doing is, for instance, you've got a Berserk statue that, the thing should have some blood on it, and they intentionally don't put any. So, hey, if you want the blood, this is what it's supposed to look like anyway, we're going to charge you wacky another $500. And I can just see them going down this road. And I'm just holding off and wait and see what they do. But yeah, I think they're grasping at straws and their revenue's down. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean. Johnny has a good point. Like, if someone took the time to paint it, custom paint, maybe they wouldn't sell it. Maybe that's something they're going to actually keep. And, hey, that's my forever piece. I invest a lot of money. It's not going anywhere. I'm just not the type of person that says never say never. Like, never say never, because I just don't know what I'm going to be getting or into in the next. I was at a time where I just wanted more art from Alex Ross. I just wanted more and more and more. Well, I went out of that phase when something different. So I always want to keep my options open. So if I want to move something, I can. So Marcos, you're going to get your Say Cheese painted. I know you need to.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay,
I'm not fucking bucks.
Not
and like
for
you
that,
said,
yeah.
I would just get it from somewhere else, like a custom painter. And I only said like I need like one piece painted, like a tiny hand piece. So I don't know, man. Like I think it's the $10,000. I think Cypher said it. He's like, I think they said that it's that you kind of like build your custom piece with them. So if they do like a full custom type piece for you, maybe the 10K is a little bit worth it, kind of, but I doubt it's like that. I think it's like, hey, I like this and this kind of, and they kind of do their own thing, And for the $10,000 one, I'm saying the $500 one, it's cool, blood and Like I would love, first off, I would love to see a minion bloodied up. I'm not gonna lie, that like whoever said that is a genius. Like, dude, that'd be fucking dope, dude. Just have a whole little minion line of just all them bloodied up. But I don't know. It's a cool idea. I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot though a little bit. But it'll be cool if a lot of companies do adapt this in some way. So I think.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't see myself spending the extra money. I just can't. I mean, there'll be some I would think, yeah, that would be cool with this. That would be cool with this. But this is something I probably would never do.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, look, but if you plan on doing that, hey, more power to you. I'm sure it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, Salah said he did it right for the piece.
Yeah,
and actually, that piece should at least maybe when they like went through the process of making it, they thought about this like whole process. So that's why they did. Yeah, so that's why they probably didn't put blood on it. And yeah, so maybe we'll see.
Yeah,
and like Alan was saying, Cypher said it too. Like maybe they're holding off on blood pieces now, and maybe making you add that fucking $500 price tag. So I don't know. That would be awful business practice if they start doing that.
That makes so many people mad.
Yeah, people are already mad at this hobby way too much. So why would you do that, Prime One? Get people even more mad.
Yeah, I mean, Salah, if you do get that, I know you're one of the members. If you do get that, please post that in Godlike Statues, and I'd love to see the finished paint job. And I'm sure it's going to be incredible. I really do. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. All right, so let's go to our segment here real quick. And what is right now? The panel? What's in your cart right now, or something that you are thinking about pulling the trigger on? And I have a ton of things that I want to pull the trigger on. But right now, my number one has to be the Terminator bust. It is, and that is coming home. No matter what, it is going to happen. So that is coming home for our movie wall. That and the Bell Bus are my two. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it quite yet because that deposit is brutal. It is brutal. JWR, what's coming home? What do you have?
I'm still waiting on Prime One to put the 1/4 Hush Batman up for pre-order. But finally, Tweeterhead is saying that Two-Face is about to start shipping. So I'm excited about that. But right now in my cart, I have a bunch of art prints. I have a 24x36 Jock and a 18x24 Joker Jock. So I think those are about to come home.
Okay.
So,
and
more art right now.
I know you have a lot of art on order too, and I'm really looking forward to, because I know you're super excited about those pieces. I'm really looking forward to when you get those in. And maybe we'll post a few about like statues because I can't wait to see them.
Well, whenever the Jay Lee one comes in, I've already emailed him and said I do not want to see what it looks like.
Oh, really?
So we're going to do a live unboxing and reaction video to it.
Okay. Wow. That's going to be awesome.
I hope it's awesome. It could be.
Yeah, that's going to be a great piece. It is. Marcos, I already know your. But is there anything? What piece you got in your car? What's coming home?
In the car. So ones I just haven't ordered yet, but definitely coming. It's a one-piece statue, a Monkey D. Garp. It's by Unlimited Studios, so I'm getting that. Art prints. Oh my god, I almost pulled the trigger on like 3 Alex Ross prints.
I know.
Oh my gosh, dude, I'm like so close, and it's a lot of money though. That's the thing; it's expensive.
Well. This is what will happen if you start going to Alex Ross, man.
I have a lot of art prints though. I don't have. Yeah. I think I have 2 Rosses. I have the Spider-Man one and the Daredevil one. So a couple of art prints from Alex Ross. It's that Scar one of Batman, and then there's a Superman one that matches it that you guys seen in the group chat. So I'm getting close on those. Statue wise, Monkey D. Garb. Freaking Noah brought up in backstage the Buggy statue. Like I'm looking at that more and more always. And then Will wants to say I want to buy that 1-to-1 Deadpool. Like, yeah, if I had the money, I would in this space. But
that 1-to-1, man. That 1-to-1.
Yeah, dude, that thing. It's like, and they said that Hot Toys one's maybe like 15,000 retail. Like, oh,
yeah.
But it makes sense. It's 1-to-1, obviously. So, but off the top of my head, that's probably it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Brooks Sume, I still want that piece. Just haven't pulled the trigger. So
Yeah, and Marcus, I know you got more coming, but I mean, I can't wait to see that Luffy Buster getting in. That's probably gonna be the most epic unboxing. I cannot wait to see that. So
the one I'm more excited, you guys know, is the Blackbeard Sume. So that's
I know it. I know.
Yeah, that definitely is. Yeah, those two are definitely top two, and then Man Bat probably third. Custom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it coming in.
Yep.
Alan, I know you don't have anything on order, but I mean, do you have anything in your cart?
The first thing I want to do is shout out to Jeff from Secret Sanctuary. He's in the chat.
Oh yeah, I see him. Yeah.
Jeff?
Hey, welcome, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah, my cart is overflowing. I'll just go over. I mean, my most anticipated piece is the Infinity Natiri Avatar bust. That's probably the one that I'm most excited for. And then I got a bunch of the little stuff coming in, and I think the next piece to come in is the JNB Superman blue suit.
Oh,
So,
right.
yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that. And then, are we getting into the part where we talk about our biggest mistakes?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, I got a doozy for you.
Okay.
I'm not going to take up any more time with pre-orders. So anyway, yeah, I got a bunch of junk, so it's coming.
I can't wait to see some of the pieces you got coming in, Alan, because it's you're gonna have an incredible display when it's ready, when it's all said and done. All right, Jim, what do you got coming in, man? What's in your cart?
Well, I still have the PCS Maximum Carnage fine art bust on order.
Oh yeah,
I got a couple of everything else is like Sideshow Hulks. The classic got shipped, and not this Marcos, but the other Marcos sent the Red Hulk.
Oh,
and a lot of stuff I'm gonna end up getting. I might be going back to quarter scale. I just seems like I was doing 1/3 scale, and the price got really expensive. The wait times got even longer.
Yeah.
So I really like a lot of stuff Sideshow's got going on. Their quarter scale dioramas, Batman vs. Joker, Fastball Special, Ghost Rider, Superman PF. I don't know. The Batman PF I like, but I'm like, man, if I have the Batman and Joker dio, I don't really need the Batman PF. But it's a pretty cool, very comic-y, which I like. Right. I have the Spider-Man one, but the Spider-Man one by the Sinister Six, I don't think I'm going to end up getting that one.
Okay.
I like it, like for Bagley Spider-Man, but I don't know, it kind of little not as exciting as I would like, I guess.
I see.
But
don't you own the like the 3 Sentinel dioramas from Iron Studios? Don't you own that?
So I did sell the smaller one, the second one.
Oh, you did. Okay.
But I do have the 2 standing up ones, and I have the Age of Apocalypse diorama as well.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
But I'm waiting on 2 of the proximity pieces, the Wolverine and Rogue.
Yeah, that dio, I just love it. I do. It's so impactful, and I just love how you can build it any way you want. I just love that piece. Those pieces.
It has that kind of feel of a 1/3 scale piece, and the fact that it's a diorama, huge sentinels, it's good. It looks good.
Yeah, they're great pieces. Are you going to keep those?
Yeah, I plan on it. Well, and also they both are broken, so it's probably just keepers. One of them, the Iceman, broke, but I mean, you can't tell it when it's displayed. And the other one, Rogue, broke so many times I had to glue her into a bunch of pieces and glue her to the Sentinel. So I'm keeping it.
Did it fall off?
She fell off at first when I was coming to move here. She wouldn't come out to pack her away, and then when I finally got her out, but the peg got stuck in.
Oh,
so I'm like, okay, and then I glued her in, and then I guess maybe when I got back, and then she fell, and like her leg broke in 3 places, all these compound fractures or whatever, and I had to glue her back together again. But you can't tell, but yeah, selling it. I hate to sell, and then but this is wrong. That's wrong. I'll sell it at a discount. I'd rather just keep it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Jem, if I could interrupt, your main focus right now is DC and Marvel.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But I am very tempted on the Prime 1 Chainsaw Man stuff. The power looked really good.
Talk about blood effects. My gosh.
Yeah.
Right. I was going to say, imagine ordering that and asking for the blood effect. Prime 1's going to be like, what's wrong with this guy? As far as anything else, I don't know what else is coming from Berserk. I don't know. I mean, I sold the Berserk collection, so the Guts and Casca Dio would be a nice kind of one-off. But I don't know how that's gonna. Speaking of which, how that's gonna fly in this house or
Oh,
I thought you were bringing me something.
Oh, okay. In snacks, whatever.
Yeah, right.
In snacks. Nothing wrong with that. No one, Emily. What's in the cart, man? What's coming home?
Yeah,
look at Emily. She's like,
yeah, I'm gonna pull hers up first. Yeah.
I'm so
Okay.
excited.
Okay.
Yeah, just because I probably couldn't explain it to you verbally, so I got to pull it up.
Okay. What the heck is this dude?
Bingo from
Ron
Majora's Mask. He's a beautiful fairy man.
Okay.
And I want him to go next to my Majora's Mask piece by Dream Studios. He just looks so cute. He looks so cute.
Yeah, she's a huge Zelda fan, and they do make it mostly unlicensed companies make some of the best Zelda stuff. So,
Right.
I think it's adorable and perfect in every way.
The Dream Studio Zelda line is so freaking good. I saw someone post it. I saw someone post an Adult Link one. I'm like, oh, is it for sale? I looked and I'm like, oh, he's just celebrating. He got it in. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah,
and
Pull the trigger,
Dream
man.
Studio is pretty solid, man.
I
The only
love
thing
all
is,
the
I really wish this was quarter scale. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know this character because I know I'm bad. I haven't played Majora's Mask yet, but everything else they've done is in quarter scale. But then this character, they just are like, oh, we're gonna do a 1/7. I'm like, okay. That's random.
I don't care.
know.
He's my fave.
Yeah.
He's gotta be on my statue shelf in the other room. He's gotta go with
There
all
you
my
go.
Zelda stuff. And he's just gonna be a beautiful fairy man. And
Okay.
it's gonna be wonderful.
Okay. Well, it looks like a good piece. Well, there he is, Chris, the Batman statue collector. Chris, how you doing, man? Great to see you, man. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely. I'm just coming on to see if Jim sold your damn house yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Darn it. Keep my fingers are crossed, my friend.
Mine too. We did do a price drop, so now we're trying to be a little bit more aggressive with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just a tough time right now. I don't envy you at all right now.
Yeah, it's all right. It'll work out.
That's right. It will. Well, hello everyone.
Well,
Hey,
Chris. Welcome, Chris. Thanks for getting on, Chris. I appreciate it, man. Great to see you.
yeah, glad you made
Welcome to
it.
the show. So, Chris, I'll ask you, what is in your cart right now?
The two pieces that I keep kicking around right now that I haven't ever done the actual pre-order on is the Prime One Studio Batman versus Batman Who Laughs, the David Finch Prime One piece. But I already have a really great Batman Who Laughs in the Sideshow premium format, and I also have the the Prime One Studio one, so I don't know if I really need it. And the other one's the Tactical Throne. I've had that in my cart forever, but the problem is it's so deep that all of my quarter scales are on the back shelf, and I don't even think it would accommodate it because it would stick out so far. Even like in the basic model, which I actually like the basic one because it's got more of the rock work along the front. I do have the Alfred on order, but I haven't done the Tactical Throne yet.
Oh, really? I think you're talking about it. Just you didn't know where it was going to go, right? Because it wouldn't fit.
I mean, that's the problem is I've been debating about putting movie stuff in the middle, but if I ever change it, I could put something like that in the middle. But really, the only place I have quarter scales is on that back shelf, so that's why I haven't ordered it yet.
Oh, I see. Well, Chris, is this? I saw a picture today, and I saw it was there, then it wasn't there. Can you speak to this maybe a little bit? You know what happened with this piece?
Yes. So I bought it. I just saw Jason post it as it being for sale, and I was like, well, maybe it just was somebody else's or something. I talked to Eric today, and he thinks that he saw it at one of the live shows, Eric B.
Okay.
And what we're guessing is that it was a commission that maybe somebody didn't pay for, or opted not to get it.
Sure.
And so like I wasn't planning on getting another Batman, but this one right here was the same price as the head sketches that he does.
I saw that.
which are the $800 price point. So I'm like, I just thought, okay, I can't believe no one's bought it yet. So I went ahead and bought it. And what I'll probably do is I'll be selling the head one that I have because I don't really need both. But I wanted to put this in the entryway where I have all the other Batman black and whites. So yeah, I was amazed, and I bought it really quick.
Yeah, I was looking online today, and then I was looking on Instagram, and I saw that. I was like, wait a minute, And then I saw you post, like, I did a thing today. I was like, oh man, this guy. So yeah, this is a great piece, Chris. Congratulations. It's just amazing.
Absolutely. Well, I know JWR loves, Finch Batman. I know you love Finch Batman.
Honestly, I was about to DM you, and since you brought up you might be selling that one, I was like, I want first dibs.
Okay,
so say it's available to whoever wants it, because again, I don't have the space for both. But yeah.
Well, just another amazing piece from Finch, and I want to Hush so terribly bad. I want it from him, but there's other pieces that take priority right now for me. But I know eventually I'm going to go with that.
He is on my current list. I think he is 4th down. I've got Ra's al Ghul and Riddler coming up next. I don't know if you saw Eric's. Did you see his when he posted that photo?
I did.
And that looked incredible. So I actually emailed David this week and asked him if he could do something similar, but I want the top of the cane, like he's holding the question mark cane.
Right, yeah.
So I haven't heard back yet, but hopefully I'll be able to have him do that. But yeah, Hush is definitely on the list too. I can't wait to see what he does with it.
I'm sure that it's going to be amazing, but I just see Hush with like the pistols pointing, like the traditional one, like in the rain, and the bandages kind of like flowing in the wind, and I want that. I'm sorry. Anyways.
So we talked a little bit earlier today. Are you wanting to do one of the $3,000 ones? Like, are you wanting to do the full body? Because like, if you're talking about Hush with the guns, like that's what you would have to do. You'd have to have the full body, or otherwise he just does just the port face,
Wow. Man, that's a lot.
I know. It's crazy. And to think, like, last year, San Diego Comic-Con,
right?
I had the full commission from him, and it was $1,200. And then it went from that time last year, not even a year, it went from $1,200 to $2,500, and then within the last 2 weeks, it's gone up to $3,000. So I think that they're trying to like maybe limit how many he's doing at a show, because not as many people are going to pay that. Like, I'm not going to pay $3,000 for one.
Yeah, it's just a little over my price, my budget, but they're incredible, like they are. Ross was asking if we knew when the Prime 1 Optimus Prime Armory was going to be painted. It looks I think that maybe in the next Prime 1 event they may show another update for that, but I haven't heard anything of Prime 1 making that final leap and getting it all together for everyone to see besides the prototype. But stay tuned. I know it's going to be amazing.
I was going to say Prime 1's been really quiet outside of this kind of random announcement about the custom paint, which I don't know if you guys have all seen that, but that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, we just talked about that earlier.
Oh, sorry, I missed it, guys. Yeah, sorry.
No, it's all right. And Chris, I saw your video on it. I was waking up, getting ready for work, and I saw your video on it. I mean, $10,000 for for a custom paint job, and
well, that's what I missed too. It's starting at $10,000.
Right. Jen was talking about that. It starts at $10,000, man.
Yeah, I was like, I completely missed that when I did the video, and then I went back and reread it again. I'm like, oh my god, it starts at $10,000.
Yeah, that's a little over my price, so I think that'd be something I don't get. But I think you're right. I think that we were talking earlier that some collectors will do the $500 one, but that may be the extent of it. Maybe some, maybe those one-offs, but I think that'll be where they see some, increase in revenue there.
I don't feel like that price point is too awful. I think you could probably get it done by somebody professionally, maybe for cheaper.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of really talented artists out there. I don't know what their price points are, but yeah, man, 500. I mean, again, starting at 500, just for Blood or Snow, it still seemed like quite a bit for me, but I can see some collectors doing it.
Right. Yeah. No, I can definitely see that happening. Jen, they were asking if you were going to order the new Berserk manga bookends. From...
as tempting as it is, I know I won't use them, so I'm going to pass on them. I'll just keep them in the bookshelf.
Yeah, I think they're super cool. I did own the last ones, and I thought they were just amazing. I ended up selling them.
And I had them in my module case display with the Berserk statue, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
but I'm not going to have that this time, so I'm not going to have them just on top of the shelf,
sure,
or in this current shelf with them. I've tried it with the last bookend set with the Guts and Griffith and
right.
Jim, are you wanting to go back to that classic look? I mean, kind of duplicate it exactly, or you wanted to change it up a little?
I'm probably just gonna grab 2 walls and line with calyx, and because I like to have the space on top to put statues. We might do something cool and make it real like basement-y and like wallpaper them with comic book posters or something like that. Not have the same type of look I had here, something more like the old one, but maybe even more as far as posters and stuff. I kind of like the idea of Billy's because they hug the wall so close, and I think they might even go taller. But then I wouldn't have space for the statues on top, so I probably will just do the calyx.
I just love the way it framed you. It was a perfect little corner for that. It looked great.
Yeah, so and we were joking in one of the streams. I've had everything from garage shelves to calyx to module cases to customs, and the calyx are the best bang for your buck.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing your new collection, Jim, and how you get everything set up, because I know you have a really good eye for the way it's displayed. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes through. I just remember the Berserk pieces all together in that huge case, that module space, and just how mind blowing it looked when they were all together. It's like, man, it
was cool, man. It was definitely, especially to have the whole set, the whole God Hand. I think I had every single one. At the time, I know the DACA has come out or is coming out. That was a cool display. That's why I think I'll probably go more to quarter scale though, just because of what I'm going to be displaying, and probably won't do the 1/3 scale.
Yeah, there's some amazing quarter scales, and there's some that I really want right now.
It's like a quarter scale comeback. That's what I'm saying.
It really is.
It's a good time to get back into it.
It's a bad time to go into third.
It's awful time.
Expensive.
That and how slow it takes to release, and the resale is crazy. It's like, man.
Well, there's Killer Croc versus Batman, and the Batman on Tactical Throne, though, and then the David Finch versus Batman Who Laughed. Those 3 pieces right there, those dios, are very high on my list. All of them are just fantastic. Some of the best.
Blackest Night Batman.
I like the others better still, but that one's good too. But these are the ones that are highest on my list.
Quarter scale too, I think. Blackest Night.
It is.
It is too.
That Killer Croc Batman. That's probably my most anticipated piece. I can't wait.
Yeah, and Chris, wasn't there a time where you weren't going to get the bonus piece?
Yeah, actually, I ordered the regular because I didn't really like the portrait as much. And I was talking with my friend Dan, and he was talking about why he liked it so much, and he didn't know if he would use it all that often. But the more I saw in the promo videos that Prime One put together, I think Kelvin Loke from Shock Toys, he had some photos like in store. Okay, and so I contacted Prime One. I'm like, can I cancel that one and buy the more expensive one? They're like, yep, just no problem. So
that's awesome.
I ended up getting the bonus.
Yeah, I honestly love the bonus, and that's for me it's bonus or I'm not going with it. So I really wanted that.
Yeah,
so.
I think they're all cool portraits. I mean, it definitely changes the look, and I like that respirator on the bonus or the deluxe on Batman.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Lynn. I appreciate it. So, Jim, you did some unboxing on the show. Probably went back my month.
Yeah, I did answer earlier. It took a while though, and I don't know why it won't let me comment in StreamYard here. It's like I'm not signed in or something. But
weird.
Sign in, yeah.
I ordered Green Lantern and Sinestro through Prime One. I even did sea shipping, so it's not even like I paid for air or anything. And yeah, they just shipped, and that was it. And I don't know if they were maybe in batches or what, but I didn't do anything different. I didn't hit them up and say, "Hey, it's me" or something like that. I just ordered it regular, and that's just how it went down.
Okay, there you go, Lane. That's I always watch your reviews or whatever. But I think that there's a picture that I shared on screen one time when you were holding the base of the Zod.
Oh yeah, that's an iconic. It's got to be the biggest base that I've ever had, I would think. That and there's like a King Ghidorah that I did one time, but the Zod one, you cannot move that piece. You have to break it down every single time. Alan knows all about it.
Yeah. Alan's got this little cart that lifts up and it lifts the statue up and put it in there, and it's hydraulic lift, and that's what I'll be using when I start moving the Terminator bust around in here.
That guy's hardcore with his dolly lift. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, they're just too heavy, and those pieces are going into a higher, into a higher shelf. But I mean, watching Noah unbox the half scale of the Witch King,
Oh no.
I need the hydraulic lift in here. Like, I'm not gonna lift these
And
pieces.
Noah's like 6'8", like, and he lost 10 pounds in sweat that night. So.
Yeah, the guy was sweating to death.
He had a
Throughout the
great
video,
shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had like a
Mr.
light
X said
gray
he's going to
shirt.
move that Lord of the Rings piece. I want to see how he does that. I can't even imagine trying to move that thing.
Yeah,
You couldn't even get it in the
Good luck to
basement.
that.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
crazy.
a heavy piece to move around. But yeah, I did have another question for the panel. This is something that a lot of collectors, I noticed that this is something that we've all done, right? And I mean, we can all speak to at least one thing, but I'll start it off here. And this is one thing that I did in the beginning. I always bought off of hype versus buying something that, you know what, this piece really speaks to me. This is something that, I really want to add to my collection. It's going to go here. This is what I have a good plan for. It's going to match my other statues. I've bought off of hype before, and that was a mistake because I ended up selling it, pretty quickly, and I turned around. I got some of my money back. Some of them I didn't. So I know that that was a mistake that I made. Another one was I kind of cheaped out a little bit on how I displayed things. And I realized later that lighting is everything, trying to get the right lighting on your statues, trying to display it properly. If you don't believe me, looking back of Alan's display, if you don't believe that lighting is important, or even Chris, how well lighted it is and how you can see everything very clearly, that's something that is very, very important. And in the beginning, that stuff didn't matter to me. So I cheaped out on a few things. And then I realized later that was a mistake. Now I got to go back and rebuy things, rebuy lights, move the statues, which they're very heavy, off of the shelving, disassemble them, reassemble them. I mean, it just was not fun at all. So those are definitely something that I didn't really enjoy doing, but it's something that I learned from pretty quickly. Chris, do you have anything that you maybe a mistake?
I mean, I can relate to everything you just said. I think we've all made those same, it's like you try to make something work and then you end up spending more money replacing. I'd say that to my wife all the time. Like sometimes she'll want to buy something like real inexpensive. I'm like, let's just buy the more expensive thing because we know we're going to replace it and pay double. It's just it's just the way it is. And so I'm always of that mind. But man, I've made so many mistakes along the way. I mean, I've been on my YouTube stuff, I've been, doing this for 8 years and, you can watch 8 years of me making mistakes. But I think my biggest ones are like when how many times I've like bought something and then sold it and then rebought it again. It's, it's just, and it, you end up spending more money usually. And so that for me has been, I think one of my biggest mistakes is just not having a direction necessarily of where I want to go, or I think I want to go a certain way. But I mean, anybody that's bought and sold these statues know how awful it is, to have to like sell it and box it back up and ship it. I just shipped 4 boxes today, and I spent like, 2 hours last night packing it all up and getting it ready to go. And so like, that's like the worst part of the hobby for me. So just sometimes not thinking or planning ahead, or like, how many times have I bought a hero where I just turned around and sold it right away because I want to make it work. I mean, I want to make the heroes work, but at the end of the day, it's just Batman and the villains. So I tend not to learn from my own lessons sometimes, from my own mistakes, but we've all been there.
Sure. I mean, I can relate to everything. Like I think the biggest thing for me was just buying into that hype. It happens so much because there's so many posts and everything, and you see everybody, oh man, I'm getting this, and hey, I may need one of those too, and that just happened a lot.
And we're guilty of that because we're the ones that talk about it. It's like how great it is, but it's like that's the thing is we get excited about pieces, and we want other people to get excited about pieces too, and share in that excitement, whether you're getting it or watching somebody else buy it. But that is part of the problem. It really is.
It is. Jem, do you have anything that maybe a mistake you made in collecting? Maybe?
Everything, nothing. I mean, I think I relate to what you said as well. I used to be Mr. Cheap on the display. I'm like, I spent $900 on this thing. I don't want to go spend crazy on the display. I'll just do a best
Okay.
to eventually not. You know how many IKEA pieces of furniture I got rid of and threw out? PAX units, Vestas, garage units. So yeah, I think if you're going to get into this hobby that you're spending a lot of money on statues, the first thing you should probably do is spend a good amount of money on the display.
Sure.
Pick a wall and deck out the whole wall because you're going to fill up the space. Your module cases, I'm sorry, Jimmy, you're going to fill them up right away. And you're saying I have to fill them up. They're going to get filled up super fast.
They will.
Yeah.
But a specific statue I bought off Hype. It was an OG collector back when I first got into the game. I can't remember his name for anything, man. He hypes the shit out of the OG Sideshow Captain America. I bought it just because of how much he liked it.
Okay.
Couldn't have disliked this statue more once it came in.
Oh man.
Did not like the statue whatsoever. That's one thing. Another thing is kind of always getting into new lines. I like a lot of things, so I tend to collect a lot of statues for that. And I always look at themed collections, and I'm like, man, I wish I had the discipline to just stick with a theme. I always like Batman statue collector, and then I realized that that's a facade. You like to collect everything as well.
I do.
But,
I do.
Still, you have a mostly DC bat-oriented collection. And I say that, but I don't know what I would pick, man. Maybe something Marvel, maybe X-Men or Spider-Man or something. But I like Turtles. I like Berserk. I like Chainsaw Man. I like everything. I see your Doom chair, Noah, and the biggest regret statue for me was not getting the Prime 1 Doom Slayer statue.
I just sold that like a month ago, dude.
Sold it is crazy. I don't know.
It still hurts my heart. I love that statue.
Yeah, well, dude, I was trying to downsize a bit, and that one was a very easy sell. Same with the Big Chap Alien.
I'll tell you, because there's no companions to it. But the thing that why I didn't buy it was so expensive for the Ultimate Edition, and I'm like, I'm never going to display all these weapons. I'll probably just display the first one I display, and that's it. But then I'm like, there's no way I'm buying this without the different options, and I just fumbled so many times, and it got sold out, and that was it.
But dude, I was waiting for a third scale Marauder to come out, and they never made it. I just something like you said, something to have a companion piece with it, and it's so much bigger than all the other third scales. It did match with the third scale Berserk stuff, okay, but it sticks out a lot.
It looked good next to the Alien for a while.
It looked okay. It wasn't my preferred setup, but yeah,
it must not have sold well because we could have got a 1/3 scale Cyber Demon or a Cacodemon would be crazy, but I guess
love that.
That would have been great. Yeah.
I love the Cacodemons. They're so cute.
I mean, Noah, there's any mistakes that you made, during collecting that you really regretted and you wouldn't have done it? Is there anything that you've experienced?
Yeah, I mean, just a few quick things. Definitely one, I would say, not really sticking to a theme, trying to go outside of what I know I really like to get. I mostly like Batman and medieval dark fantasy stuff. And so occasionally I'll see something I like that's very colorful or something from a different anime, even something I really like Dorohedoro or other things, and it just doesn't really work with my collection. The other thing, too, I would say was a mistake was selling statues too quickly instead of just kind of sitting on them for a little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely could have, not taken some slight losses on a few pieces if I would have just hung tight for a little bit and waited.
Sure.
So I'd say those probably are two of the main ones. And then just not like buying a statue, even though I'm not 100% into it. Like I might like 75% of it, and then like there's a few things that bother me. Something about maybe certain angles of how it looks, and it's just not. But you just go, oh, like if I see it in person, it'll be better. Like I'll like it more. Sure. And no, those same things still bother me, and then I usually end up selling those pieces later. So
okay,
So I mean, for you got the spillover area in my studio where we put some anime statues. It just keeps getting bigger.
There's a few.
But I think that's a great point because I bought a lot of statues because they're cool and I do like it. But if it's not if it's not one of my favorite characters, it's never gonna stay.
Yeah.
So it kind of goes to the point where it's like, man, it should. If you don't want to fall into the trap of buying something and then selling it, you might want to stick with something that's like really you have a deep connection with it,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I think we just get bored in between releases and we just start shopping like anything.
Boredom is
this guy right here.
This guy right, I was gonna say me buying freaking original art because there's been this giant hole in statues right now. I'm like that. Yeah, I fell head over heels. Good lord.
And boredom leads to selling too. I'm bored. Let's sell this, get a bunch of money, buy a bunch of new stuff, and then before you know it, your whole Berserk collection is gone.
Yeah, I mean, I did love art, but when I saw Chris's Finch wall, I just started thinking, man, I need two pieces. I need one. Oh my god, look at this guy over here.
Yeah.
I needed. Oh man,
Damn, that's coming together, man.
Yeah.
that penguin and Bane and that Chris, that scare. Can you show that scarecrow, please?
Scarecrow.
Oh man, that scarecrow is amazing.
I think my favorite one is Hugo Strange. He did such a great job on that one.
Love the reflection of Batman and the glasses on that one.
Yeah, let me see if I can get it.
Hugo Strange is awesome. Man.
Are you guys on first name basis now, or what?
Yeah.
Oh.
Chris, you should tell them the story about the farm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so JWR and I had the opportunity to go to Fan Expo Dallas, and we did a VIP event with Essential Sequential, and we got to have dinner with David Finch, which was really incredible. And Jeff Loeb and a whole bunch of amazing creators. But basically, I was asking David. I just kind of wanted to say, are you okay with me doing all of these? I don't want to like burn you out. I don't want to, I don't want you to get sick of me, basically, because I've got an over $10,000 wall as it is right now, and which is again just makes me nauseous. But I mean, I love it. Like this has become such a big passion for me. But anyway, I asked him, if he's okay with still doing them, and he said, whenever he was a kid, he hated drawing, but now, as he's an adult, it's his favorite thing in the world. So to have the opportunity to draw something for people is his passion. And he said, and you just bought me a new goat. So because he lives on a farm, that's what they do. They're out in the country in Canada somewhere on a farm. And so it's like, I bought him a goat. So that's pretty great.
We kind of just looked at each other when he said that. We were like, did he just say you bought him a goat?
First of all, my wife, that's her goal. That's what she wants. Our own garden and, of course, animals.
Yeah, it's nice living in the country.
I did meet him at San Diego Comic-Con last year at this little event we were at. And I just did a quick hi and goodbye. And when I walked away, I'm like, oh, my God, I should have said Batman Sanity, Superman, Metropolis. I forgot that. I knew David Finch as the artist, but then I forgot how he designed all these XM pieces, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I wish I would have said something about that.
We actually talked about that at the dinner. We talked about, kind of how that process came about. And it was pretty interesting, because some artists are, they kind of just do a quick sketch and the artists take it away and they sculpt it. Some are really involved with the process, from like J. Scott Campbell. He actually does a lot of the, the renders and stuff for the actual sculpt of the statue and stuff. So it was really interesting talking to him about that stuff. But because I finally just got Sanity recently, so it meant even more to me.
Well, when I was in San Antonio, I was talking with David Finch there, and we just got to talking. And he goes, have you seen the Sanity piece by XM? I said, I have. It's an awesome piece. He goes, yeah, I ended up getting one, and I loved it. I set it up right, and he said, you know what? I know my son would really appreciate this. So here he is, like he gets it all together. So he lifts it up. And he's walking up the stairs, right? He said, and he's getting it all together, and then he puts it in his son's room, right? And he gets it all set up, and here you go. This is for you, whatever. Well, his son's in his room, and he's like this in his room because his statue's over here. And he goes, Dad, can you get rid of this, man? Because I love it, but it's just too big in here. So David has to go and grab this piece, pick it back up, and take it back down. But I just laughed so hard at that because his son doesn't. I mean, I'm just guessing. His son doesn't realize. Hey, your dad created that, right?
Yeah. I don't think I would have picked that thing up by itself like that if I remember.
I wouldn't have either.
It'd be very scary.
Yeah, the way he described it, he picked it up and he went upstairs with it, and
yikes,
got it in his son's room, whatever. But yeah, that was the story we had from San Antonio.
Rookie mistake right there, David Finch.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Collecting mistake.
Yeah. So, the JWR, what's a mistake you made in collecting?
Keeping the boxes.
Oof.
Wow.
Oof.
Oh.
Are you saying it's a mistake to keep them or a mistake to throw them away?
Throw them away.
Thank you.
So,
yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
some of my, not my 1/4, but but some of my original 1/10 and 1/6 scales, I didn't keep the boxes because I did not know there was a community like this. So I was just collecting blindly on my own, and then I discovered Chris's channel, your channel, and then I started learning how to do this properly. And one of the things was like keep the box, because I would have sold some of these, but I don't have the box, so I'm like, just not gonna risk wrapping them all up in bubble wrap and trying to sell them. But so
Yeah,
keeping the
they
box-
won't survive.
No.
They will not survive.
You treat it like an action figure, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that, well, when I got in Mark 1 and even the Hulkbuster, I said to myself, how in the heck am I going to get this in the house? And I was very tempted to throw in some of those things away because, I mean, it stood up to my chest almost. The Hulkbuster's coffin that it came in. But hey, you know what? I unboxed it out. I unboxed it outside and bought it in piece by piece until I got it set up. And I had to keep it because when I set it all up, I said to myself, "There's no way I'm getting rid of this. Who knows what happened later." So went to storage. But yeah, but I understand what you mean. Marcos, any mistakes that you made?
So I started collecting about 2.5, 3 years ago. I watched a lot of Chris's channel and other people's channels, so I didn't make as many mistakes because of you guys, obviously. So that's a good thing, like that there's channels out there that do that. I knew my vision basically from the start. I've added on a little bit, not too much for what I want to do. Like, I got this lightsaber now, like a replica lightsaber. Now I'm like, fuck, I want like 16 more now. But you know how it is. We all know how it is. Like the rabbit hole you get in a rabbit hole. But luckily I haven't, like all the pieces, like I know Jimmy said you bought into the hype. I haven't really done that. The pieces I have, there's pieces I have I know I'm not going to sell. Like, I know if I try to sell it, it won't sell a lot. So, but they're pieces I need for my collection, the line I want to finish. So, but I guess the biggest mistakes is just I bought a lot quickly because, like you get that first statue, you're like, holy shit, like you get another one. So I did that at the beginning. That was, I guess, the only mistake I made. But I still kind of do that right now too. That's the thing. I don't know. But yeah, that's the only thing. I just kind of bought a lot right away. And then I think my third pre-order was like $2,500. So I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing here? But in my mind, I was like, there's a payment plan, so it kind of makes sense. I was like, all right, let's do it. But yeah, I haven't made too many mistakes. That's a good thing, I guess. I haven't sold a piece yet, and I don't really plan on selling. Like, there's one piece I would sell, and it's sold out. So if I do sell it, I have it at a high price right now. And if it sells, it sells. But if it doesn't, I'm completely happy keeping it. So, so like that's the only thing, I guess. Just at the beginning, I know most people in the chat and obviously here are not like new buyers or new collectors. So, but definitely if you are a new collector in the chat, like just slow pace at the very beginning. Don't go too fast. You all made that mistake because that first one hits, you're like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Yeah, no one's going to listen to that.
Yeah, that's true. No doubt.
But also, people need to know, don't be afraid to ask. Like, just ask in the chats, ask in the Facebook groups and stuff. Just ask for advice, and people are super willing to offer the best advice.
Dude,
I mean, there might be arguments among it, there always is, but still.
I've gotten so many personal messages because, like, especially about anime statues and like the unlicensed custom game, and people have asked me like questions like, "Do you trust this company? This and that." So I've helped them out as much as I could. But it's always good trying to help people out because there's always uncertainties when you try to buy. These pieces aren't cheap, so it's always good to have the best information or the most information you can give somebody before buying. So it's always good to do that. So yeah.
Yeah, and I love the advice Chris gave out about making a post and just asking someone for some advice. There's a lot of collectors that I know personally that would be happy to help you, and I'm one of them. Our whole panel here would any advice that you may need, I'd be happy to help.
For sure.
Especially in Godlike statues, make sure, or even in Chris's page, make sure you post, and we're always willing to help anybody.
And the thing is, like, if we don't know the answer, we know people that will know the answer too.
Exactly.
That's so
exactly.
Somebody
always knows.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Kiefer, I know you never made any mistakes in collecting.
None, zero. Except
Zero.
the green screen.
Nothing.
The green screen.
I mean, look at your display, man. It's fantastic. I don't think you've ever made any mistakes, but can you maybe kind of hint at maybe a few that you have?
There's a whole litany of mistakes. I mean, we would literally be here for hours. Like some of the people in this chat panel, I've been at it for about 13 years. So you can even imagine the money that was wasted and
Yeah.
what went on. But I'll just go over the most recent blunder. And my advice is that before you guys decide you're going to sell a piece, sleep on it before you put it out for sale.
Right.
I made that mistake the other night.
Mm.
And I got a wild hair, and I said, you know what? I guess I'll sell this piece. Brand new, in a box, never been displayed.
Wow.
And it sold like in 1 minute, 2
Dang.
minutes,
Wow.
which told me right off the bat that I had it priced too low.
Mm.
So that was like a kick myself in the butt moment. But, I didn't want to renege on the deal. So I went ahead and did the deal, shipped the piece off.
Okay.
And today I've been scrambling, trying to find, I want that piece back.
What the heck? Oh man, really? Okay.
He's pulling a Chris. He's
Yeah.
pulling a Chris.
Definitely pulling a Chris. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually going through that right now myself with trying because I have somebody that actually a couple people that want one of my statues, and I'm just debating whether to do it or not.
No.
Do you want to tell us what piece it was? Do you mind telling us what piece? Maybe we can help you find another one.
Good luck. They only made like 199 or 200 of them.
Oh, wow.
It was the XM Studio Alien Warrior.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And like I said, it was brand new in the box. I never displayed it. So now I'm having a tough time because there's only 2 of them available on eBay, and both of them are priced at 2 to 3 times what I sold mine for.
Wow.
And when I get a wild hair, it's like I want that piece back. I want that piece back. I mean, literally, I didn't sleep the other night. I was so.
Oh
And
man.
then, Alan, you actually asked us too about like some Predator pieces.
I remember.
I know, and that didn't help. I still,
One
we freaking
I
suck.
still, I should have thought on it a little bit longer. But at any rate, what's done is done.
You should ask in the groups and say, is anybody in these groups selling it on eBay, and maybe they would sell it to you for cheaper off of eBay because the fees are insane.
Yeah.
That's why it's so high.
Yeah, and one of the guys that I made contact with, we actually, after a little finagling, got in touch with each other off of eBay. I made him an offer. I thought it was a good offer. Apparently, he didn't. So the deal, I think, has gone south because I haven't heard back from him. So I'm going to reach out to him tomorrow, and I may just go on eBay and just buy it outright. And it's way more than I wanted to spend, but I have asked. You guys are familiar with Resin GK. I'm sure some of you guys are.
Yeah.
And I've reached out to Randy, and I've reached out to Benjamin, and I've reached out to everyone I know in that part of the world, where academics. And they're like, dude, this is going to be a tough one to find.
Dang.
So I may bite the bullet and just do it and, not look back and, whatever. If life goes on.
Well, Alan, to be fair, in the chat when you posted it, I didn't know how rare it was.
Me either. I was like, dude, that one's probably the worst. I think that was the one. That one, but they're all great pieces. Like that one's the worst though. And Alan's was like, yeah, it probably is, and just did it. So here's our fault. That's our fault, Alan. My bad.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. What I decided I was going to do was display that with the original XM Predator Warrior and the XM Predator King on Throne.
Yeah.
Have the 3 of them set up together.
I mean, good.
And so now my vision is kind of shot because I can't get the main piece. But eventually.
There will be more aliens. Definitely.
There will be more aliens. Remember,
you already have some of the best. You have the Tusk and then the Big Chap. So you're doing pretty well.
And Prime 1 is doing new ones. So keep that in mind too, Alan. So.
I know.
Okay.
And also, people in the chat, this just shows that even the most veteran guy here, still makes mistakes. It happens to everybody. So.
It happens.
Well, that was a blunder.
But dude, the cash is always so tempting, though. Yeah.
Yep.
I know.
Especially when you sell it fast, it's such a good feeling to be like, cool, I was able to just get rid of it and get some money back. And
especially if you have another piece in mind, like you're like, I really want to get this piece, so if I sell this one, I can fund this one. So it's tough though.
Yeah, Noah and Alan, you guys probably sell the most in our chat, our panel, basically, right?
Dude. And just like the, I don't know, 4 years I've been in, I've sold a ton of statues.
So
I've had,
you guys obviously know how hard it is to sell exactly, like, especially right now. So like Alan probably it was quick. And he's like, oh hell yeah, so
sure,
yeah.
And in case anyone is listening, in the chat or wherever, I have the XM Ghost Rider on board for sale. I have, and I have the Prime 1 Wonder Woman versus Hydra for sale. I have the Prime 1 Batman versus Joker Dragon for sale. And I have the Prime 1 Red Sonja 3rd scale for sale. So if anybody knows it, and I'm letting them go for good prices. So hit me up.
Yeah, I'm eyeballing a couple of those, to be honest. I'm trying to cut back, but I thought that Red Sonja would look really cool next to the Batman versus Joker Dragon.
Nice.
So,
I actually had those two together.
Oh, really? Okay. Cool.
I did.
That was my first thought. Same with the Wonder Woman versus Hydra.
And they look great together. So I'm just putting it out there.
All right.
There you go.
No peer pressure at all.
Yeah, you got the family discount. But I know we're getting at that 145 mark. So let me go ahead and bring in one more topic here real quick.
Jimmy, I just wanted to say, I just got a text. I've got to go pick up my son, so I've got to take off.
Hey, Chris,
But,
thanks for
thanks for inviting me, guys. Have a great weekend, everybody, and have a great rest of your night.
Okay, take care, Chris.
Thanks for joining us, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. Until next time.
Until next time.
Okay. Hey, but Jimmy, we forgot about the biggest mistake that we all made. Is that
what's that?
We started collecting in general. So
you know what? You're right.
Thousands of dollars down the drain because of this. So.
Look, we're almost at that 146 mark, so I just want to have our last topic here. But listen, I wanted to bring this up. Sideshow Con is wrapping up, right? And they've teased a ton of pieces recently. I almost want to see more than they've teased, because there's some pieces that still I want to know what they look like. I want to see them painted. I want to see them displayed. But they had a ton of teasers. Alan, what's one piece that they showed at Sideshow Con that they teased or they showed that you may be considering?
I think it would have to be the what's the name of that thing? The vampire, the
Vampire Lust.
Vampire Lust. Yeah, and I wanted to put that one with and the other chick, the bloody chick with the wings.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Succubus.
Oh, Succubus.
Yeah,
I think that's a cool statue, the Succubus.
Yeah. I wanted to put those two together. I like those.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's some good picks. I think they're going to look great together too. Sideshow did show some really nice pieces. Marcos, was there anything that caught your eye?
For the Diddler.
The what?
The Diddler.
The Diddler. Really?
Yeah. It's a new. He's in red, not green. So,
okay. So it's Christmas. You put them together for Christmas. Okay. Christmas decoration.
So he's but yeah, definitely the Riddler. I'm getting 100% regardless how it looks, and it looks pretty good what they've shown. So there's that. I love those X-Men like portrait like art prints they'd shown. So I don't know why I do like them, but the size is just completely different from everything else I have from Sideshow. So that's the only thing. I know, Jimmy, you should look at that Captain America Iron Man Alex Ross canvas they have. You should definitely look at that. Yeah, you should definitely look at that, man, because I know you're the Iron Man guy. But I'm happy they're doing a lot of Star Wars. They did, I think, Cad Bane right there. They did the Thrawn, obviously Hot Toys, Vader. So they did a lot of Star Wars stuff. So that's awesome. I'd love to see that. I know people weren't the happiest about the Batman like Elseworlds type thing. I know people weren't really happy about that, but I'm interested to see what they do with that. So yeah, but I would say this: the Aquaman, the fact that they're coming out with the Aquaman like an Elseworlds thing besides a normal Aquaman kind of pisses me off. And I'm not gonna get Aquaman, but for collectors, that kind of pisses me off. So yeah.
Yeah, no, they did show a lot of Star Wars. I definitely want to see the Riddler. I do. I want. I mean, a lot of people are anticipating that piece. Jeff was saying he's surprised the Sideshow didn't show the Betty Page by Olivia Sideshow Con. I'm not sure what piece that is, but
it's an art print. They did it. It's an art print.
It's an art print.
I'm guessing the statue would probably be somewhat similar. So
okay, I can see that. I can see that. GWR, I know what you're excited for. Is there a different one besides?
Oh yeah,
yeah. Okay.
Everybody knows I want Riddler.
Yeah,
that's a no-brainer. But Cad Bane looked amazing.
Yep.
Vampire's Lust looks amazing. The Cheshire Cat that looked by Jay, that looked incredible. I thought that stole the show.
Yeah.
That day. Skeletor on Battle Cat looked really amazing. So they did a lot of the one that stood out the most, and I can't even think of the name. Marcus, what's the name of the one I'm thinking of? The big one.
I wish I was Professor X. I could read your mind.
No, it's the big one.
My bad.
MODOK.
Yeah.
I
did
think
read
that
your
was.
Mind. Shit, I did read your mind.
There you go. See, you knew the hands. That one to me, I'm like, that's going to be the coolest one that Sideshow Con came out with. Once it's all painted and done, that's going to be one.
I think I said in our chat, Mike, the ugliest character of all time is about to have one of the coolest statues of all time from Sideshow. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, goddamn, fucking MODOK. Like, it looked great. So
MODOK's about to be like sold out pre-order.
Fucking MODOK has a great statue, dude. Like, what the hell are we doing right now?
Yep.
I know Grey Hulk and Wolverine. People are really excited about that too, because it's like kind of that like old school Wolverine and Hulk look. So that's good for collectors, you know. Yeah.
Jimmy, you're muted.
Jimmy, you're muted as hell, man.
JWR, I know you're going to get that Riddler when it comes out. I have high hopes for that piece.
It's
I had a dream about it the other night.
Oh my
I'm not joking. Like I woke up and I was like, I thought it went for pre-order in my dream. And I was like, I got number 1. And when I woke up, it was so real. I was excited. And then it hit me and I was depressed all day.
Man.
I want that Riddler so bad.
And we got to keep you posted on that one just in case, because I know you really want it. I know you'll get the one you want. It's going to be great. And I just can't see it being bad. I have high hopes for it, and I think you'll be very happy when it comes out.
The renders that they showed looked amazing.
Oh yeah, it looked amazing. I thought it looked awesome.
And also, my bad, I forgot to say, I ordered on a different show because I showed it on the Sideshow Con with the Deadpool 1/6 Hot Toys, the special edition or exclusive edition. So I got that. So I was really happy about that. So another thing, So Deadpool had a good week of collectibles. I would say that for sure.
Oh yeah,
in theaters, $500 million already.
Yeah, man, I love to see it, bro. I'd love to see it. So Bishop was great as well. Yeah.
So Noah, Emily, is there something that Sideshow Con posted this week that you may be excited for? You think you may be picking up?
Yeah, man. I'm personally, I have my eye on the Pulp Vixens line. I like those a lot, and then I think Emily really likes the Constantine premium format.
It's a good one.
Yeah, that one looks pretty cool. Yeah,
I love that one. I think that that Constantine is underrated. It's not really underrated because they've showed it and people are like, well, it looks great, but I think this one looks better. I think it's missing this. I think it's just freaking awesome. I think it's amazing. I really love the how he's sitting down on that on the grave side and all the tentacles are coming. I just think it's amazing.
Wait, awesome. Jimmy, let me just say this though. Would you, if they're the same price, $1,400, would you get the Prime one or the Sideshow over it?
That was a question too. I even wanted to ask Jeff because Jeff owns that piece.
Yeah.
And I really love how Jeff has the Swamp Thing next to next to Constantine. I think that looks amazing.
It looks so good.
Here's where the difference is that the portrait and the face sculpt. I think the Prime one is a little bit better, and the paint is a little bit better on the Prime one version. But I love the pose better on Sideshow because he's sitting down on the grave, and I just love that. I do.
And the art print that goes with it. I remember I showed it last. Yeah, I love that. You could match those up. It looks so good.
It would look awesome. I think the only thing missing from that, that Sideshow piece is a cigarette. I think it's the only thing that was missing.
Well, they're there, but they're on the ground next
They're on
to
the ground. Okay.
Yeah. There's like 4 or 5 of them on the ground.
One or holding one. Like that's the thing that
I think
it's
the
missing.
holding one would be cool.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be
He's
awesome.
fucking British, man. Like that's all they do over there. Is fucking smokes stogies and drink tea. That's what they do, man. I was pissed off they didn't show the Luke Skywalker though. I know they showed a concept art a long time ago, but like not even a tease. Like what the hell, man?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to see more. They showed a lot of teases, and I definitely want to see more. I think one of the Sideshow Fantasy Land. Ross was asking.
Dude, that looks great.
Yeah, it does look great.
Dude, it looks so cool.
So
that whole line is amazing.
Yeah, Ross, I think that line right there is going to be pieces that people are looking at years from now. I think it's going to be an amazing line. I really love it. I think it's awesome. If you're thinking about getting that, I don't think you'll be disappointed. It'll make an awesome setup.
You gotta get the whole line. You gotta get.
Brian's had some of the other past Sideshow pieces. I forget what they call them, but the fantasy ones like the Red Riding Hood and some of the other ones, and they're really good, man. Yeah, Cinderella and the Alice in Wonderland. He has that. They all look great, man.
Yeah,
they're all good.
Is it just me or Brian has a ton of female statues?
He loves them.
They all look amazing. Yeah, they're incredible.
Him and Alan both loves himself some legs and boobies and booties. There's no doubt about that.
I think the number one piece he has right now that I want so bad is the Pure Arts Lady D from Resident Evil Village.
It's awesome.
Oh my god,
so
it's so good.
It is very
I want it so bad.
So good.
It's awesome. Lane was saying that he wants to see MODOK painted, and we talked about that last week. The piece is massive. Like it's just so big.
It's too big.
And I think it's incredible. I think it's something that Marvel collectors will actually really want. I think it's going to have it'd be cool if it has a light up base. That's all I gotta say. If there's a light up base, it's gonna be more amazing.
Or just light up features on his body, because it's like a whole chair little. You know how when I'm talking about MODOK, he's like a whole like chair with his head. So they have like light up features in his whole like little mechanical body. That looks awesome, dude. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think that I think that piece is going to be one that ends up selling. I'm going to call it. I think it's going to sell out.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. I mean, did you ever think you say that MODOK is going to be the center of like Marvel fans' collections?
Yeah,
that is a centerpiece in your like. If you have garage shelves, custom shelves, whatever you have, MODOK's going in the middle, and everybody else is going to be surrounding him. That's insane.
Hey Jimmy, you know how I know who's going to get this? Probably our good friend Dennis, because
Dennis, 100%.
Huge X-Men line, so I know he's going to get this for sure.
If you're not following Dennis Perez, you're missing out. The man has an amazing X-Men collection.
He has one of the best 1/4 collections. Like Josh, you got to look at his 1/4 collection, man. Because I know you're a big 1/4 collector. You should look at his, and it's amazing, dude.
Dennis is 100% in.
Dude, his Queen Studios, like in the middle, like the ceramic, line.
Oh yeah, we looked at the picture of that.
Yeah,
like 3 episodes back.
Okay, yeah, dude, yeah, awesome, dude. Like he has a great. If you're a 1/4 collector, that dude is like what you want to be for sure. So
yeah.
Well, speaking of sexy female pieces,
there we go.
I have the Prime 1 3rd scale Near Automata.
Oh, Beyonce
coming in. And that should be shipping fairly soon. So I'm really looking forward to that one. She's hot.
Yeah, that's a great game. Really good game.
See that.
Great game.
So Gemma, I know you're back, man. And is there something from Sideshow Con that you saw that you may be picking up or you're excited about?
Man, there was a lot of cool pieces. MODOK tease was really cool.
Yep.
The Bishop was really cool. At first, when I was reacting to it and I didn't see the base, I was like, oh, this is not as good as Cable. Like, this is looking pretty lame. But with the base and the light ups, I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. But being that I don't have that X-Men display anymore or the Cable, it's not something I'd pick up. My favorite reveal was actually the Wolverine and Hulk maquette, man. That was the first piece I've ever pre-ordered.
Yep.
Okay.
And to see them do not only a repaint, but changing the sculpt on Hulk's portrait and adjusting Wolverine so he could be brown and tan. it was my favorite reveal. It's a piece that means a lot to me, but I don't think I would buy it again. 1/5 scale, no matter how many times I give it a try, it just never ends up being a keeper. And then I don't have the original one anymore, so I wouldn't want this one. But then I wouldn't really want both either. So it's kind of like I like it a lot, but it's not something I would buy. So
it's literally what we just talked about with the mistakes that we make, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, like, exactly.
Yeah, old me, I would have both, but
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna get it. I don't think there was any reveals that I'm gonna get from Sideshow Con now that I think about it.
The only piece that I thought about when I looked at was that I thought you might like is the fastball one. I didn't know if you.
No, that one I am gonna get. Okay, but that was already shown though, But
that was months ago.
But I'm gonna get the quarter scale one of that. I really like the comic book background, but the fact that they're doing quarter scale dials, I really want that. Again, the 1/5 scale, no matter how many times, I'm never really satisfied with them. But
I got you.
Quarter scale, I forgot to mention that one on the ones that are in the cart and all that. So quarter scale fastball for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a great pickup. We're right at that 2-hour mark, and I didn't want to take up too much of our time today. Jim, thank you so very much for getting on with us this evening, and Chris Michael also for being on with us. I really appreciate it.
Hope you had a good time, man.
Yeah, I hope you had a great time with us. So, and look, you have an open invite. You can come back anytime with us. We would love to have you.
Oh, absolutely.
Keep in mind that we have a giveaway coming up at the 2,000 mark. It's courtesy of Spec Fiction, the Iron Studios, Darkseid versus Wonder Woman. That is a giveaway at the 2,000 mark. All you got to do is subscribe to Godlike Statues and be a member of our Facebook group, Godlike Statues also. Also, make sure when you check out Spec Fiction, you use the code Godlike to save $10. Until next week, I'll see you then. And from now until then, stay Godlike. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Peace out, guys.